Hi Recovery Girls, it's Chenille, and I'm out in my front yard today for a follow-up on the Better Homes and Gardens from the summer. And the topic was sleep, creep, and leap. And I am back out here again today because I am having some creeping going on. This is a wine and rose Woodgiella, and I love this, and I'm starting to get blooms now, even though I planted this both of these shrubs back in April. So we're 6 months out and these shrubs have been sleeping, and so now they're starting to creep and get little buds, and then soon they will be leaping. And I think it's so important to note this because in recovery we oftentimes want to rush the process and we get really impatient, as if it didn't take us years to get to the point that we were at. And it's going to take some time for God to undo a lot of the stuff that has been erected in our lives, to remove some of those things and undo some of the unhealthy thinking and to grow into better thinking. So I just wanted to remind you of this the sleep, creep, then leap concept of recovery. So when you plant perennials, the first maybe months up to sometimes for years, depending on which kind of perennial you're planting, they just look like they're doing absolutely nothing. On the surface, it looks like absolutely nothing is happening. But what is happening actually is the most critical, which is what happens below ground when the roots are trying to become established and it's trying to get connected for the nutrients and to have some stability. We see nothing on the surface, but change is happening. And that's the same way it is with us in recovery. When we start going to meetings, when we start working the steps, it appears a lot of times to us that nothing is happening, but it's the internal work that God is doing that is actually going to bring about the change later, but we just have to be patient. Then the creeping. So now, as you can see, I have some buds, so I have some creeping. And the creeping is when we start to see some evidence of our work in recovery, or other people start to notice it. And then before long, probably by this spring, because the roots would have been good and established for a year, it will be leaping. I'm expecting to see tons of beautiful fuchsia and deep pink flowers in the spring. But it's a process. And you know, when I planted these, honestly, I was hoping that I would see some immediate results. I planted in the spring so that I could get some spring showers, bring in May flowers, and I didn't get it. But because I'm aware of how perennials work, I'm not disheartened. I just keep on with the maintenance, keep on making sure I water them, and then now I need to kind of do some pruning, taking out the dead leaves and watering again. And I know that just as recovery works, if I keep up the work, then I will see results, you know, and I keep coming back because it works when I work it. And the same is true with flowers. So stay encouraged. I don't know what you're going through, but recovery takes a lot of courage, and it takes time, and it takes patience. You have to be patient with yourself to know that the work and the effort that you're putting in now will pay off. God is so faithful, and He is the one who is responsible for the work. He will perfect those things which concern you. You just have to show up and do your part. And God always shows up to do what only He can do. Ladies, remember that God is wild about you, and He longs to overshadow you in His goodness. All you have to do is let go and let God. I've let go, ladies. What about you?